Good morning, grade 11. This is lesson 1.8, combinations of functions and composite functions. The practice page 88. We have two sets from 9 to 32 and from 37 to 40. Only odd numbers. I will take some of them. It's a very easy lesson. Number 10. Find f plus gx, f minus gx, f times gx, f divided gx. If fx equals to x minus 5 and the gx equals 2 minus x. Means add the two functions, subtract and multiply and divide the functions. How can I add the two functions? The first function plus the second, then add the like terms. 2x minus x equals x, and negative 5 plus 2 equals negative 3. F minus g means the first minus the second, distribute the negative sign and then add. 2x minus negative means positive x equals 3x and so on. The f gx means multiply, distribute and multiply. The first times the first and the first times the second. Second times first, second times second. Number D, f divided gx means put the first over the second. And also he needs the domain of f gx. The domain means, look, the only number that makes this denominator equal 0 is 2, because 2 minus 2 equals 0. So this function accepts all the real numbers to replace the x except 2. Why? Because if you put 2, you will get a denominator of 0 and this is undefined. This is called the domain of f of g. In number 28, you have two functions. One is quadratic and the second one is linear. Evaluate f g 5 plus f4. So first I have to get fg. fgx equals, multiply the first function times the second function. I will get this. And then fg5 means replace the final answer by 5. It will be 5 cubed minus 4 times 5 squared plus 5 minus 4, which is 26. This is fg5. f4 means replace the x by 4 in fx. It will be 4x squared plus 1, which is 17. Then finally fg5 plus f4 equals 26 plus 17 equals 43. In number 32, graph the function f, g and f plus g on the same graph. You have two functions, one is quadratic and the second one is linear. How did I make it? First I arranged the quadratic f(x) to be negative x squared plus 4. I put the x squared first. The negative x squared plus 4 means a quadratic function shifted up 4 units and reflected on the x-axis because it's a negative sign. It's this one. And for the gx, which is x, this is a linear function with y-intercept 0 and slope 1 over 1 means go up 1 and 1 to the right. This one is gx. So I graphed fx and gx in the same graph. Also he needs to graph f plus gx. When you add the two functions, it will be 4 minus x squared plus x. So it will be negative x squared plus x plus 4. How can I graph this? This is a quadratic function, but I needed to put it in the form that I know to graph it. So I have to make completing square. Take the negative as common factor and then get half of this number. Half the one is half, and then square it will be quarter, then add quarter and subtract quarter. But when you subtract quarter, take it out of the bracket, so you have to multiply by negative. It will be positive 1 over 4. And then this is a perfect square it will be x minus half squared. This is the operation of completing the square, plus quarter. Then look at this. This is a quadratic function shifted up quarter, and to the right half, means the vertex is half to the right, and it is reflected on the x-axis. This is the f plus gx. Number 38, find FO, means the composite function of fx and gx, and gx ox. This is called the composite function. If fx equals 3x plus 5 and gx equals 5 minus x. FOG, how can you compose f inside the g? It will be f and then get the g. G from where? This is the g. And then I want to get f of 5 minus x. F of 5 minus x means go to the f and replace the x by f 5 minus x. It will be 3 times 5 minus x plus 5. And then simplify. What about g of? Means g, what's the f? It's 3x plus 5. And then get the g of the 3x plus 5. Means go to the g. It will be 5 minus and replace the x by 5 minus 3x plus 5. And then simplify. In number 61, it's a word problem. 61 is a word problem. It says that the research and development department of an automobile manufacturer has determined that when a driver is required to stop quickly to avoid an accident, the distance in feet the car travels during the driver's reaction time is given by this Rx equals 3 over 4x. So this is the reaction function. Reaction function means the time taken since the driver starts thinking of stopping the car until he puts his leg on the brake. Means the x, where x is the speed, means if the speed is 100, so it will be 100 times 3 divided by 4. This is the time taken until he he starts thinking until he brakes. The distance in feet traveled while the driver is braking is given by bx. The other function is the brake function, means the time taken since he starts braking until the car stops. It's 1 over 15x cubed, where x is the speed. Means you have two functions. A function gives you the time since he starts thinking until he brakes, and the other function gives you the time taken until from braking until he stops. Find the function that represents the total stopping time. Total means add these two functions, then it will be r plus b x. Add the two functions, it will be like this. And number b, graph the two functions in the same graph. When I graph them, one is quadratic and the other one is linear. Okay, the 3 over 4 means a y-intercept is 0 and go 3 and 4 to the right. This is the Rx. And the other one is the 1 over 15. 1 over 15 makes the curve wider. And number C, which function contributes most to the magnitude of the sum at the higher speed? Of course, the quadratic function contributes the most. Why? Because for the same x, look, you'll find the quadratic function higher than, gives you a higher value for the y than the Rx. Thank you.